Good morning, students. Today we are going to deal with one of the most important topics in mathematics. It is related to mensuration. So now let me check some of your previous knowledge and then we will proceed to our main topic of today. What do you mean by a rectangle? Yes, a rectangle is an enclosed four-sided figure whose opposite sides are equal, and all of its angle measures 90 degrees each. How many sides a rectangle has? Yes, a rectangle has four sides. Okay, now tell me one thing. Are all the sides equal in a rectangle? You must have noticed that no, only the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Okay, now can you name some of the real life objects that are rectangular in shape? There are actually many around us in our day-to-day life. Some of them are cell phones, blackboard, books, scale, doors, and many more. So now students, you can see here these two pictures. Through these two pictures, I will try to explore out the topic to you. You all must be having a playground near your home. Let it be a rectangular one, as you can see in the first figure. Suppose you want to construct a lane across your rectangular field. Then what will you do? And how will you construct the lane? In the second figure, you can see a wall. Suppose it be the room of your wall and you have to paint the wall with your favorite color. Then how will you paint the wall? What will you do? So in the first case, you will have to calculate the perimeter of the rectangular field to construct the lane across it. And in the second case, to paint the wall of your room, you have to calculate the area of the wall and then you can paint the wall with your favorite color. So now students, let us conduct an activity. You all have to draw your favorite cartoon character on a rectangular sheet of paper. So done? So now tell me, if you want to frame this drawing, then what will you do? Yes, you will start measuring the lengths of the rectangular sheet, that is the shorter and longer length of the sheet, and then you will sum all it up and multiply it with the cost of framing. And then after framing your drawing, you have to laminate it also. Then what will you do? No idea? Okay, now today we will see this only. That is, for laminating your drawing, you have to calculate the area of the rectangular sheet. And for framing it, you have to calculate the perimeter of the rectangular sheet. And then you can frame and laminate your drawings. So, our main topic of today is this only: perimeter and area of rectangle. So now let us see what these terms mean. That is the perimeter and area of rectangle. Perimeter of rectangle. The sum of the lengths of all sides of a plane figure is called its perimeter. And in case of rectangle, the sum of all the sides of a rectangle is called the perimeter of rectangle. Also, the area of rectangle. What do you mean by that? The space occupied by rectangle, or the measurement of the region enclosed by a rectangle, is called the area enclosed by the rectangle. It is always measured in square units. So now let us see, how will you derive the formula for perimeter of rectangle? You all must be knowing that the longer side of the rectangle is called length, and in the shorter side of the rectangle is called its breadth. In this figure, you can clearly see that AB and CD are the lengths of the rectangle and AD and BC are the breadths of the rectangle. Length is denoted by L and breadth is denoted by P, and the perimeter is denoted by capital P. Thus, perimeter is the sum of all the sides of a plane figure. So here, the perimeter is equal to sum of all the sides of a rectangle, that is AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. As AB is L, BC is B, CD is L, and DA is B. Therefore, perimeter equals to length plus breadth plus length plus breadth is equal to 2 times length plus breadth. So from here you can see that the formula for perimeter of rectangle is 2 times length plus breadth. So now after the perimeter, we will now derive the formula for area of rectangle. For that, let us consider a square with side of length x plus y units. Divide the square into 4 parts, 2 squares and 2 rectangles. Let the side of the 2 square be small l and small b. Then its area will be l square and b square respectively, and the area of the 2 rectangles are capital A each. Now we know that area of square is equal to side into side. So here area of big square equal to side into side, and that implies area of 2 squares plus area of 2 rectangles is equal to side into side. Now area of 2 square is L square plus B square, and area of 2 rectangles is 2A. So L square plus B square plus 2A is equal to L plus B into L plus B. That implies L square plus B square plus 2A equal to L square plus 2LB plus B square. That implies 2A is equal to 2LB. That implies A is equal to L into B. That is area of rectangle A is equal to length into breadth. Thus, the area of rectangle is formula is length into breadth. Now we will solve some numericals based on the perimeter and area of rectangle. The question states that the area of a rectangle is 630 centimeter square and its length is 35 centimeter. Then find the perimeter of the rectangle. Now, what is given in the question? The area of rectangle, that is 630 centimeter square, and the length of the rectangle, that is 35 centimeter. Then we have to find the perimeter of rectangle. So since its area is given, so area is equal to length into breadth. That implies 630 is equal to 35 into breadth. That implies breadth is equal to 18 centimeter. So from here you can now calculate the perimeter as you have got the length and the breadth. So perimeter is equal to 2 times length plus breadth, that is 2 times 35 plus 18, that implies 2 times 53, that is 106 centimeter. that is the perimeter of the rectangle is 106 centimeter. Now look at this interesting question, which is an application of the perimeter and area of rectangle. The question states that find the cost of fencing a garden whose length is 80 meter and breadth is 35 meter at rupees 15 per meter. So what is given in the question? Length and breadth of the rectangle. We have to find the cost of fencing the whole garden if cost per meter is given 15 rupees. So you can easily calculate the perimeter of the rectangular garden, that is 2 times length plus breadth is equal to 2 times 80 plus 35 is equal to 2 times 105, that is 230 meter. Now since cost of fencing 1 meter of garden is given 15 rupees, therefore cost of fencing the whole garden, that is 230 meter, is equal to rupees 15 into 230, that is rupees 3450. Thus the cost of fencing the whole garden at rupees 15 per meter is rupees 3450. Thank you, students.